Hey y'all, it's Lilani, and I'm coming back with another video. I'm going to be doing a project. It's gonna be it's gonna have a lot of twists. It's gonna have a lot of turns, and hopefully y'all will actually sit down, take the time to listen. Let me get a chair. This one is called This Is Me. So, my name is Leilani Mendoza. I started YouTube because I wanted to do like my own little thing, and I wanted to have like time to just just do things on my own, just have fun, whatever. But we already have enough of that on YouTube, so I want to start doing my own little thing, and it's gonna be little stories. I want to be able to help younger girls, both male and female, not just females, because males be going through the same thing too. I want to be able to work on depression and how we can overcome it together, and that you're not alone. So, with that being said, what I'm about to do in this video, I don't need to do it, but for me to move on and forgive everything that has happened in my life so I can move on with myself, I'm gonna do this. Y'all, a lot of people that know me, that see me at school, y'all think, oh, she's happy. She's Leilani, she's doing her own little thing. Y'all don't know what really goes on in my personal life. What happens at home, what happens in my family. I'm not gonna get into every single little detail, but I will tell you one thing that made me depressed. So the title of this video is gonna be This Is Me. Okay, so let's get into this video. When I was a little girl, I was 2 years, okay, so I was born in San Antonio. I was 2 years old when I moved into this house. So when I moved into this house, I think everything was perfectly fine. I had, everyone wants their little, family happily ever after. I had that, whatever. Started elementary school. Went into elementary school, went to pre-K, best year of my life. All you had to do was eat snacks, color, play. You didn't really have to do no work. Do little music, songs. I had a really good time in elementary. That went by. Everything was perfectly fine. At a really young age, I've learned that you really shouldn't trust people. I went through a lot at a really young age. A lot of people went through the same thing, maybe with their father figure, but a lot of people say, oh, you went through this and this with your father figure. I went through this with my mother figure. So not a lot of people get that. People are always like, oh, dads are deadbeat. I wouldn't say my mom is deadbeat, but I would say, her past wasn't good. When my mom was down here, she used to cheat a lot. She used to steal. She used to do a lot of things. But that's my mother. I don't blame her for it. You know, that's what she did. You know, I can't go back in the past because, you know, it already happened. So, you know, I would think, oh, you know, maybe this is normal. Maybe getting hurt is normal. Maybe seeing people cry is normal. Growing over the years, I already know it's not normal. But when I was younger, I would think, oh, you know, this is nothing. That messed with my head. So, my mom left when I was in the 2nd grade. I would always cry, be like, oh, when is my mom coming back? And da-da-da-da. You know, I'm in 10th grade right now. I'm supposed to be in the 11th grade. The reason why I'm not in the 11th grade is because 2nd grade, my dad held me back because he felt that I wasn't ready to move on to the next grade because my mom had left. To be honest, I felt no one really gave me the reasons why I got held back in 2nd grade. I didn't know if I was because I was dumb. So from 2nd grade all the way to 7th grade, I didn't really pass that much. I didn't really, you know, do the things that I was supposed to do. I kind of held myself back, and that was my fault. But now that I think of it, it's like, oh, like I should have done better. I should have just stayed on my grind. I should have done this and this. But it was a growing experience. For those of you who have one of your family members that had left, you know, I understand what you're going through. I really do. But know that you're not alone. For those of y'all that could at least see both of your parents, y'all are lucky. Because we live in Houston. My mom lives in Georgia. I can't see her every single day like I want to see her. I can't call her all the time because I don't know what she's got going on. I can't go to spend the night at her house. I can't go to... She can't come see me and see like all of the progress that I'm doing. She can't see, you know, she can't see the struggles that I'm going through, you know. It's hard to talk to a parent that's not here physically because they don't fully understand what's going on. So without having that mother figure, I've always been in a house full of guys. So I would always, you know, be friends with guys. Every time there would be a girl, I would always have an issue with a girl because, you know, they'll either be too girly and I wouldn't know, you know, I don't know what to do. Like, even then, like, when my mom was here, I was a really girly girl. But then when she left, it was like all of that went away because I couldn't get the things that I wanted to get. I couldn't, you know, talk to my father about the things that I needed to talk to him about. So it was really hard growing up, and I had to do like a lot of research on the computer. I had to do, you know, YouTube. I had to be like, oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? It was really hard. It's really hard now growing up. So I had depression since I was really little, and I didn't cope with it the way that I was supposed to. I didn't talk to anyone about it. So every time that something would come up, I would keep it all inside, and then next thing you know, since I would keep everything inside, I would bust into tears, and I would go do bad stuff. I would go do this and that, and I'll get into that later into the video. When I was in elementary school still, I was about 7, 8 years old. We have this family. my dad's side, this is my dad's side of the family. My mom doesn't have family on her side because she's an orphan. Because her mother died when she was a kid and she never met her father. So, my dad's side of the family, we had these cousins. And they were our favorite cousins, you know, we would always like go out with them, but not really because their mom would always keep them from doing stuff and keep them from hanging out with us because, you know, she was just like that. She's just that type of aunt. That's why I don't associate with her because I don't like her. So every time because my brother, he would be the one that would play with the sons because, you know, he doesn't have a brother, he only has me. So he would go play with them and So every time they would be at our grandparents' house, they would spend the night because their mother would never be there for them. The mother would always go out clubbing and leave the kids at the grandparents' house. I remember every single time that we would spend the night there, it was always a girl's room and the boys would sleep in the living room. It was a 3-bedroom house and a 1-story. My uncle had one room. No one could go in there. It was my grandparents' room. All of the girls would stay in the grandparents' room. And it would be my grandpa's brother. And he would have his own room. No one would go in there. So the boys, which is my grandpa, my brother, and my 2 cousins, they would sleep in the living room. And it would be me, my grandma, and my other cousin, which is a girl, we would sleep in her bedroom. I remember the exact time that this incident happened, and I didn't tell nobody about it until recently this year. If I start crying, I'm sorry, but this, it really scarred me, and that's why I've been depressed my whole life until I actually got to talk about it. My grandfather came into the room, and I would, every time I sleep on the bed, I have to sleep on the side of the bed. I can't sleep, in the middle or anything. I'm claustrophobic, so I can't be in tight spaces, and I don't like being in the middle of people, so I always be at the end. So, one night, he came in the room, and I was so little that I didn't know what was going on. I looked at the clock to see what time it was because, it was late, it was dark, and I was like, what time is it? What's going on? It was 12:45 in the morning. He came in the room, and he scooted me over, and he laid down next to me. We all had our own separate covers. So he got a little bit of my cover, and he just laid there next to me. He was holding me. I was about to go to sleep because he was playing with my hair. So every time, girls know when someone plays with your hair, it feels good, So, that's when he put his hands in my pants. And y'all would know what would happen. I didn't know what was going on because I was so young. And when he got done, he was like, shh, go to sleep. Nothing happened. But he told me in Spanish. I went to sleep, and he acted like nothing happened the next morning. He was just like, oh, how did y'all sleep? Are y'all okay? Like, what? So I would I was like, okay, I guess. So my dad picked us up later on because he had went to work. So my dad picked us up later on, and I didn't say nothing about it. Then it was more than 4 or 5 times that this incident happened. So when I got to a certain age, it was like, wow, I know what's going on. because, you know, school and inappropriate people. So I stopped going. In our country where I'm from, it's like, oh, if you have a grandparent, like, you're supposed to kiss them or whatever. Like, all of my cousins, like, we're supposed to kiss our grandparents. But I wouldn't do it. And I would get yelled at from my family. And they'll be like, kiss your grandpa, you know, that's your grandpa, you know, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. I wouldn't feel comfortable. I'll just be like, no. And then they would start yelling at me. They would start being rude to me. And I'll just be like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't feel comfortable. So I would just cry and cry and cry. Then, my family. So that's whenever I started getting depressed. I didn't have no one to talk to. Then my grandma. My grandma doesn't like me. I don't know for what reason, but she feels that since I look like my mother, that's how I feel, that I look like my mom, so she doesn't like me. Every time she would take care of me and my brother when there was breaks, because we were supposed to stay home alone, we were so young, she would always hit me. She would always be like, oh, she would just always yell at me. I would be the only one taking care of the kids. Literally, like, she would be in her room watching novelas. Like, I hate that show so much because of, you know, what she would do. She would be in her room watching novelas, and, you know, she would just hit the kids just because they were bothering her. And I'm just like, why are you doing that? Like, are you serious? So I would have to change their diapers. I would have to, you know, wash the dishes. And I remember that this went on for so long that she would always tell my dad, oh, she didn't do this, she didn't do that, and all of this, que no sé qué. And so it was a point of time where I got tired of it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of this lies. So I remember one time, I didn't even get on my phone because I left it alone. I just went to sleep. You know, I washed all the dishes that I had to wash. I had to make myself food. I had to, you know, take care of the kids. I made the bottle of the milk for the baby. I changed the baby's diapers. And it wasn't just one baby, it was two of them. And it was like, you know, I was the one who had to take care of them because, you know, she wasn't doing nothing. So I was like, okay, she's over here getting paid for what? So I could watch him? And I was the oldest one in this house, except for my grandma, you know, but she was doing her own little thing. And so I was just like, okay, like, what's going on? So it got to a point where I was tired of it. When my dad came to pick us up, she was like, she didn't do nothing. She didn't wash the dishes. I had to do everything. I yelled at her. I was so tired of it. I yelled at her. I was like, I'm sick and tired of this family. Y'all keep lying on me, you know. And my dad, like, he saw how angry I was because I was tired of getting whooped. I was tired of, you know, getting lied upon, because that's all my family does, is they lie upon people, and I hate that. That's why I stopped talking to them. That's why I don't tell them nothing, because every time I tell them nothing, then they're gonna go bad-mouthing me and saying, oh, Leilani did this, like, she's a bad person, don't hang around her. And they're still doing that to this day, and I don't even talk to them. That's my family. I have no family. That's the thing. I have no family. I had to get up my own self, pick myself up, talk to myself. The only person I could talk to was my mom. Even back then when I had talked to my mom, she was telling my dad everything. Everything she told my dad, he would beat me. The times that I came to school with the black eye and busted lips, that was why. Because I had social media. Because I had this and I had that. When my brother had it, oh, nothing happened to him. I remember one time that I was in this stage where I sent a picture to somebody. I had my bra on. My bra. I wasn't even developed yet. Because that's how stupid I was. That's how mentally messed up I was. Me personally, I don't do that stuff unless I don't do it. So I do it whenever I'm not there, you know, when I'm not there yet, because I'm depressed to a point where I'm the part of depressed where I go out and I have sex. That's the depressed I am, because I don't care about what anybody says type of depressed. I'm the type of depressed where I have nobody with me, because that's what people do, is they talk behind my back. I'm the depressed that I could go out and, you know, flash myself out and not care about nothing and what people think. That's the depressed I am. I'm the depressed where I can't take it no more, and I have so much anger built up inside of me where y'all don't even understand. But no, Leilani does this, Leilani does that. What do people get out of making false accusations? What do people get out of making fun of other people not knowing what they're going through in their life? You know, the only reason why we have suicidal people is because of school. It's because of their family. People that do stuff just because, you know, people that you hear about that have done stuff in school, that have done stuff, you know, wherever, it's not because they wanted to do it. It's because of their mindset and how they were raised. And the fact that people go and talk about those people is messed up, because you have no idea what they're capable of doing. And I'm tired of it. And this is me. I'm the girl that did all of that stuff because of my mind and where it was at. I bet y'all didn't know that, because I didn't tell nobody. And when I did tell my dad, nothing happened. And you know what? This world is so messed up that the society is not going to do nothing to him. They're letting the case go. If y'all are letting people out there in this world get away with molestation, what else are y'all doing? Because I'm very well, if I had a kid, and if that happened to my child, I would want justice. If that happened to y'all, wouldn't y'all want something to happen? But no, because this world is so messed up that they don't care about other children or about other people, they're letting stuff go. For what? Are y'all doing the best that y'all can? And I hope the police officers do see this video. And I hope that people see the message that I'm trying to bring out. Because I'm not the only one. There's more people out there who's been molested, that's been raped, that's been taken advantage of, that's been exposed for no reason, because we trusted y'all. Isn't the society, isn't police people supposed to be there for people? Aren't they supposed to help us? They didn't help me. But I'm sure if it was one of your children, that person would be arrested. You know, I'm actually kind of glad that I'm doing this video, because I want y'all to know, I hope that the people that have talked bad about me, I hope that y'all see a difference and treat me differently, because I don't deserve this. People in our school don't deserve this. We're young. We're gonna do things. But for the things that I didn't do, for the things that I'm being lied upon, for the things that I'm being accused of, it's not right. For the things that I did do, I will own up to it. But just know where my mindset was. Just know I'm depressed. Till this day, I'm depressed, but you know what I'm doing? I'm trying to live up. I'm trying to keep my head up, and I'm trying to take 5 steps closer, ahead, forward. And I hope this video can help some of y'all with y'all's mindset. Because I don't know what I would do. I used to be suicidal. I found myself alone in my restroom, crying on the floor because I was going to hang myself. Y'all don't need to know that. But guess what? I'm telling y'all this myself because I'm tired of everything and I want people to know that I'm here for y'all. If you don't like me, I don't care because I'm still going to be here for you. If you talk about me, I don't care because I'm still going to be here for you. Know that I love every single one of y'all. No matter what you look like. No matter who you are. What kind of person you are. I love everybody the same. No matter how hard you hurt me. My grandfather, I still love him. But the things that he did, he needs to own up to it. Because when I did speak upon it, he lied about it. And he said he didn't do it. That's what hurt me. When you lied and said you didn't do nothing. If you were man enough to do what you did, you will be man enough to say what you did. Yet, for me to go and tell y'all what happened in my past is actually really big of me because y'all don't need to know that. But like I said, I want to help people. So for those of you watching this video, I want to help you. I'm going to be making more videos like this, and I want more people to be on the video. So if you have any experience in depression, if you want to be able to share what you went through, by all means, text me, Snapchat me, or DM me, and I will be more than happy to have y'all in my video. And if you don't want to be in the video, I'll be more than happy to say y'all's story. And I won't say y'all's name if y'all don't want me to. But please, don't think I'm just saying this because I want to say it. No. It was hard for me to even make this video. But now that I made it, I know that my mind is clear. Because I know what I'm doing is moving forward, not moving backward. Moving backward is not saying nothing at all. It's letting it go, put it under the rug. That's nothing. What is that going to do for people out in the world? Nothing. So, thank y'all for watching this video. And I really do hope that y'all see I'm trying to help. Please subscribe to our channel. Stay with me. Like and share it. Bye.